Before the day of the test, I need to make sure that I read through my instructions. On my instructions it says that I need to place the Do Not Disturb sign on my door. I think I'll do that. I need to make sure that on my meet and greet day, before the students enter my classroom, they need to turn off their cell phones, put them in their bag, and place their bags in the front of the room. Now I think I'll go through the directions for administration.
Hey, good morning, students. The Early Assessment Program is an opportunity for you, 11th graders, to obtain information about your readiness for college level math and English. One of the benefits of this program is that you will have an opportunity to earn an exemption from the English and Math placement test for the California State Universities or the California Community Colleges. To participate in the Early Assessment for Readiness for College English and Mathematics, the Early Assessment Program, or EAP, you must complete the 15 multiple choice items at the end of the grade 11 ELA CST, which is the STAR test, and at the end of the Algebra 2 or Summative High School Math CST. You want to do the very best you can. Remember, you wrote the essay in March, and so today you're going to do the very best you can on this other test so that you can show colleges and universities that you are ready to go to college.
All right, thank you for coming in so quietly. Please fill in all of box 1, but only box 1.
Should I bubble in my birthday?
No, I believe that's in box 2. We would like you to only fill in box 1 and only box 1.
Can I move on to part 2? I've been done with part 1 for a while.
No, I'm sorry. Everyone has to wait for part 2 till after the break. You can all start part 2 together. Perhaps you could read a book, take a nap, or write a letter to your mother.
Good morning, class. Today we're going to be taking the end of course science exam. What I want you to do is, in this box, I want you to fill in the bubble of the science class that you're currently enrolled in.
Hey, Sean, do you have a minute?
Yeah. What do you need, Mr. Bill?
I just wanted to talk to you. You were here for testing last year. What were some of the things that we really need to remind the teachers of this year?
Most importantly, I know that Julie does a good job with providing some instructions for the teachers too.
Good point. The most important items, of course they have to read the DFAs, but the most important items are always on Julie's list.
And they're highlighted from what I understand too on the list.
Typically, yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what else.
One of the things that all testing scratch paper needs to be turned into.
Every single piece of scratch paper, usually we get that question, every scratch paper has to be turned in their box at the end of the testing day.
Most definitely, most definitely. One of the things that we really want to have our teachers do is make sure that they're circulating throughout the room, throughout the exam too, to make sure that the students are giving their best effort.
Absolutely, and we have that ticket thing again. They get their tickets. If kids get tickets if they're focused and working hard on time and things like that. That's a good point. I always kind of like to remind teachers to circulate.
Yes, definitely. And then I know that there's all teachers will keep their own pencils this year as well.
Yeah, that's a little change from this year with all the test boxes we have and everything going on. Increased security for the testing. We just need the teachers to sharpen their own pencils. Absolutely.
And one of the biggest things with test security we got a phone call the other day about is absolutely no electronic devices to be used during the test.
So we need to remind teachers that every single electronic device, an Xbox, an iPod. I hope that I don't even know what an Xbox is.
I'd be impressed if they brought an Xbox.
What else? iPod.
Cell phone,
MP3
iPad,
player, MP3 players, whatever it is, absolutely nothing. In fact, this year we're going to have the kids turn them off before they come in the room, put them in their backpacks, and put their backpacks at the front of the room.
Sounds perfect.
Do you think that will help?
I think it sounds perfect.
Okay, because remember last year when we were trying to put together our test data for the teachers and the test scores were not released on time because some schools had problems with the videotaping or the filming of the tests?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, good. So that's good. I mean, I don't want to be overbearing, but on the other hand, I think these things are important.
Most definitely. They're definitely important, and they'll make sure that we can beat Palm Desert again.
I know, right? Do you know what else they ask about sometimes? Is can kids go on to part 2 before the break?
And definitely cannot go on a part 2.
No, all the kids have to finish part 1 and then have a break, and then they can start part 2. Of course, there's a few instructions they need to read at the beginning of part 2. So that's pretty important. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Oh, I know they have to cover their walls with any educational information. And you know what Kathy Doyle told me? She said this year with increased test security, that there's going to be more people coming out from the state to actually audit us.
Correct.
I wouldn't want our school test scores to be invalidated because of something we did here
Right.
that was inappropriate or incorrect.
I know one of the things that I just did basically for Ms. Davis during the SATs, we just took some butcher paper and covered things. It's really easy to do.
So teachers can get butcher paper from either the library or
From ASB.
ASB.
Yes.
Absolutely, just need to check with those appropriate people first. I think, oh, the version number. Sometimes when when Julie and I and you and all the administrators are going through all those tests, over 2,100 tests that we have to check, answer documents, that sometimes the kids don't fill in the version number. So when teachers are getting the students prepared, they need to make sure they fill in the version number.
And once again, I can't emphasize more and more that Julie highlights all these things in that information sheet that she hands out to everybody. So that's a lot of the information.
Well, thank you, Julie, huh? Where is she? Where's
Julie's
Julie?
fantastic.
We love Julie. Is there anything else?
I think that's about it. That's good.
All right, cool. Thanks for your help, Sean. I really
No,
appreciate it.
no
Such
problem.
a pleasure working with you, Mr. Webb.
I couldn't agree more.